Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, today we are working on the MG4 EV that's stuck at the front. Don't run, don't drive, can't move it, nothing. It's completely dead. So, but I have put power to it and I've found out the mileage of this car. I didn't know the mileage because even Copart didn't put it on their listing, so no one knew. You can't go into the MOT history to check the mileage because it hasn't had an MOT. It's so new that it hasn't had one. Once we're finished with it, we have to give it an MOT because it's a Cat S. That's just the way it is, but no one knows the mileage. But I have found it out and I will show you in a bit. So yeah, this one is going to be a little bit tricky today because it's supposed to rain outside for a bit, not all day, but on and off. So I might have to sort of jump in, jump back out or whatever. So yeah, but I really want to get out there and do a damage assessment on it, especially on that driver's side wheel, suspension leg. I want to see what's going on. So let's just see how far we get today and what we can get done as well. So let's get out there. We'll have a quick walk around it. We're going to get cracking. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, we are outside with the MG. Like I said, we're going to get some rain today, so we're going to have to go shoot in, shoot out or whatever, but we're just going to have to crack on and let's just see what we can get done. I really want to do, like I said, a damage assessment on this wheel because that's definitely damaged. Look how far it is over. So, you know, not quite sure what's going on, but something is definitely going on. I've already taken off some bolts because I wanted to make sure that when I open the door, we ain't going to be damaging the door too much as what it is. It's already got to be resprayed because it's a little bit there come off. So didn't want to do any more damage to it. So I just sort of removed it away, undone a few bolts. But we'll get this off as well in a bit. But this is terrible. This is horrendous in there. So I don't know what's going on yet, but we're going to find out. Yeah, we'll just see how far we get because of the rain. But yeah, you can see how much space now is there. Look how much space is there. I took the cover off that was covering the whole of the top of all that. And there's just nothing. All there is a steering rack. Look, just a steering rack at the bottom there, a few pipes, this rad pack, and those coolant bottles. But that's it really. There's not much going on, is there? There's quite a lot of room there. But I want to see what's going on here as well. Because obviously, you know, that's where the hit was. You can tell that because of the bonnet, look. So the hit was here. So it's definitely hit the wheel. It's definitely damaged something around there. But let's just do a damage assessment on this one, and then just see what we can, what we can see up once it's all been removed, basically. I don't want to leave this off, but I think I'm going to take it off and maybe sort of jump on it a little bit and straighten it and then put it back just so that it's protecting the engine, or not the engine, it's not an engine in there, is it? It's like the front bay. Let's call it the front bay. Engine bay, front bay. I'm going to put it back so it just covers all that out anyway. And then, yeah. But the actual car doesn't move. And it doesn't go into... I managed to get power to it because I found the key. If you remember in the last video, that key was just sitting on the parcel shelf at the back. So I managed to find a key and we got power to it. But I still didn't find out the mileage. But I have now. And I'm going to show you that in a second. But I think the way to get this moving is to, once we do the front, obviously wheels and get them in a drivable position, the way to get it moving is to remove the airbag module on this one, because all the airbags have gone off, dash has gone off. So you remove the airbag module, disconnect it, and then it should let you move. It should move around, and that's really what I want to try and do, is get to that point where it's maneuverable. It's where it's able to sort of move about, basically. But to do that, I've got to get all this stripped out. It's underneath there, that center console. It's just underneath there. So we'll be doing that. So I don't think today, but at least we might be able to make a start. So take the seats out, and just see how far we get today. But it really does depend on the rain. I keep saying it, but it is. So let's get cracking. Before I do that, let me show you the mileage. But to do that, I've got to get set up. I've got to get power to it, and then once I've got power to it, I'll then show you. So bear with me for the moment, and I'll come back to you in a second. Right, okay, guys, there we go. I've put a battery in. It's not the original one, which is completely dead. So I'll have to get a new battery as well, because it's drained it like you wouldn't believe. So I've just put a temporary battery in it for the minute, just to show you. So I'm just going to put that terminal on like that. Puts power to the car. As you can see, the car does not like it in a minute. It really don't like it. So, but I'm going to quickly see if I can get you in there, show you what's going on. Right, so you can see we've got power. We're going to the car. But let me just turn this off, because that's it. Right, that's that off. Will that turn off? That off as well. Right, indicators are turned off. Look, it thinks it's an accident. It's not in. You're not in. How did I do it last time? No. Just trying to get this. Right, there we go. There's the mileage. 6,127 miles. So yeah, 6,127 miles. 6,100 is nothing. Let me turn it off. Every time I connect a battery to this, it calls that emergency services thing again, because it thinks it's had another crash. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how to clear that, really, apart from we really need to remove that. I think remove the airbag module, and then hopefully it'll just sort of clear itself and won't bother again. But every time I connect the battery up, it just calls. I think it's calling that thing. You can hear it sort of bleeping away. But yeah, really low mileage. 6,100 miles for this car. So there you go. Right, okay, let's get cracking. I want to sort of have a look at this now, start removing all these bits and pieces, this headlight, all these plastics. Just got to be really careful. Just thought we've got to remove all these bits and pieces. So yeah, let's get set up outside until it starts to rain. Let's just see how far we get. I want to jack it up in the air and put some axle stands underneath as well, just to get it off the ground. So we can have a good look at this suspension parts as well. So let's get cracking, guys. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys. So, as you can see, we've had a little bit of rain come down. So I had to jump inside for a bit. But now we've got lovely sunshine. And it's looking like it's going to be clear for the rest of the day. So, yeah, we should have a good crack at this now. Now that I think the rain is over. As you just saw there, I'm just sort of jacking it up, putting on axle stands, making sure that obviously the tyre is underneath the car. Took the wheel arch liner off on this side. It's all in pieces. I'm going to get 2 new ones anyway. I'm going to speak to MG, main dealer, to see if we can get some new ones for this. A lot of this is going to be new. A couple of bits might have to be second-hand, but most of it I'm going to try and get brand new because of that such a low mileage of only 6,100 miles. I want to try and get as many new parts as I can for this. So, but yeah, as you can see, the wheel now, or the actual hub, is straight. So, and as you can see by the steering wheel is straight as well. So that I know is this side is okay. It's the other side that we've got the problems with. I have took the wing off as well. Took that all out of the way. Got the headlight, because all that plastics and that was all mainly the headlight. I've got to be honest, which is all in this box right here. So yeah, absolutely in a million pieces. And then I took the wing off, got that out of the way. The actual wing itself, the inner wing, which is this part here, this box section, is actually okay. This seems to be really the only thing that's bent, and this is pushed over, which is this is replaceable, but this is sort of just, you know, I'll just put it back into position because it's such a flimsy bit of metal. It's just, you know, it's very, look, I've pushed it over already. Look how flimsy that is. So yeah, so that can be pushed back and manipulated back into the correct position, how it should be. But this, I'm definitely going to be replacing, get a new one from MG. So that's that. Washer bottle is completely smashed to pieces. You can see it in there. So that needs to be replaced. Not quite sure what's going on completely here. Definitely crash bar is had it, and that sort of stuff. But it's this top part I'm not sure about. I think I'm going to have to replace this top slam panel, which goes right across the front end. And this part here is like a crumple zone that's supposed to, when it gets hit, it gets crumpled, which is exactly what's happened. So, but looking at the actual leg, which is this part here, it doesn't seem like it's bent in a minute. The only damage I can see is that bit there that's been squashed in. But you never say never. We don't know until we've actually stripped it completely down and had a good look at that. But the actual wheel, the hub, is here now. The lower control arm is absolutely bent over. You can see it in there. No, the sun's too bright now. I can't bloody focus properly. But yeah, look at that control arm. Completely snapped off. The ball joint at the bottom is still on the bottom of the hub, which is there. Look. Where is it? There. So yeah, that part of the actual lower control arm is still connected to the actual hub. I don't know at this point whether or not what we are changing on this, because you just never know. Definitely the lower control arm needs to be changed. Again, gonna go to MG and get a new one. If I can get these parts, that is. Don't know, because it's such a new car. Am I going to be able to get a new one of those? Really don't know at the minute. But yeah, I want to try and get it. Even if I could change the lower control arm, and leave the rest for now, just so that we can get the wheels back on it, just so that we can get it, so we can kind of hopefully try and get it moving. Do you know what I mean? And then later on, we'll see what's going on with the actual the leg and stuff like that. But I've got a funny feeling it's kind of bent. It's bent the leg. It's actually bent the leg. But you just don't know, do you? You just really don't know. But yeah, so far so good. I want to get this bumper off as well. I think there's only a few bolts underneath. Remove that bumper off from underneath. I'll take some pictures of all this as well, and yeah, basically just keep going. But I want to try and get it sort of, yeah, stripped down if I can on the front end. So I'll get this bumper off next. We can use a few bits on this bumper, but I'll try and find one that's a complete bumper in itself, rather than sort of just take off little bits and pieces. I want to try and find a complete one. But it's because it's such a new car again, it's going to be really hard to find this. But yeah, we'll just see how far we get. And then once I've took off what I want to take off the front end, we're going to move on to the inside and try and get to that airbag module. And once I disconnect that airbag module, it should let us move it. We can get these seat belts off as well. I've actually found an airbag kit for this. So another dash, airbag on the steering wheel, the seat belts, £800, which I don't think is that bad. I did speak to a company called Airbag Team, I think it was. Rob and Chris use them at Salvage Rebuild UK, but they want thousands to come out and do this. So for 800 quid, I'm going to be doing it myself, and then switch it all out and swap it all over. So yeah, there we go. Well, at least we managed to start on this MG at last. So let's get cracking. I'll set you up. Let's do a bit more, and yeah, let's keep going. Tell you what, guys, this weather is unbelievably horrendous at the minute. It keeps raining and stopping and sunny, and then it's going to be like this all day. But I'm still going. I'm still able to do it. So yeah, as you can see, that's the bonnet. I took it off, and I basically just jumped on it to straighten it up a little bit. Just basically, just when I put it back on temporary, it's going to cover more. It's more flatter rather than sort of sticking up in the air. So that's why I did that. We have got some bits and pieces on this that I need to take off if we go and get a new one. which I believe at this point we might have to go and get a new bonnet. So, but all these, you know, bits and pieces, these rubber bungs here and these bungs here, they can all come off. Even these strips, everything can come off if we need it. But I'm not going to throw nothing in this car. Absolutely nothing is being thrown. I'm keeping everything, including all these plastics. I'm keeping all this. It's all going to be kept just in case I come across something that I need. And I'm taking pictures as I go. But, you know, it's slowly getting stripped down. And, yeah, always take pictures, guys, because that is your reference to go back to if you come across any problems. So it looks like this top section here, this metal top section, is separate to the crash bar and to these parts here, this bar here. So that's going to be the next bit, is to get that top piece off. I might as well just replace both of these. That don't look damaged, I've got to be honest. It does go, that part there sort of goes into that, and you connect it with that one bolt there. So, but I don't know whether or not I could trust it. I suppose it's all right. I don't know yet. I'll have to see if I can get hold of it, really. That's the other thing as well. But this part is held on by these bolts here, but you have to take the crash bar off first, because that goes behind it, underneath there. You can see it just goes under. So yeah, there is a bit of a process. I'm assuming that's separate to this at this point, because I can see like a lip going, like a separation lip going through, and there's bolts. I just don't know how far it goes down. That's the only thing here. But we've got to keep going, yeah, and keep stripping parts off. I'm even put it in old Tupperware boxes, and you know, just trying to keep things where I can in the right places. Like this, there's a bar here, so you take the bar off, and then you just put the bolts back in the metal pieces. Keep all this. And then when we come to replacing all these bits and pieces, we know where the bolts go, stuff like that, really. So, but yeah, obviously still got to get this off as well, guys. We're going to strip all that braking system down. Going to get all that off. That looks like that piece there is one solid aluminium piece. So that on its own would be very, very expensive. So, but see how it goes. You never know what we need and what we don't. Well, we know what we need: a crash bar, bottle, stuff like that. Those are the obvious bits, but it's everything else that we've got to find out what we need. So let's carry on. Let's do a little bit more stripping down on the front end here. Let's just see how far we get, and we'll go from there. So yeah, let's do this. Right, okay guys, well, there we go. Front end is completely off, apart from obviously the rad pack, which is, I think, okay to leave. At this point, I think we're all right. This actually got away with it, so yeah, that can just all hang there until we get the crash bar back into position, which I've actually found one. I found a crash bar that I think I can pick up tomorrow morning. I'm still messaging the guy to check that, but so far so good. But yeah, I think, is that the water rad? And that's the aircon rad. Yeah, it looks like this little one here is actually just the water rad, and that one there, the one is the actual aircon rad, I think. Let me just check that. Yeah, it is, yeah. So this big one is the aircon, and this small one is the water rad, because you actually don't need a big water radiator anymore, because we haven't got a big engine to cool down. So yeah, but these, I've took this one off on the other side because that was definitely smashed up. In fact, obviously got some bits and pieces to try and find. I'm going to go to MG in a bit after this and see the prices on this, which is what I took off. Goes at the front there. You can see it's had a bit of a squash. Not too major, I've got to be honest. And this, believe it or not, I need to find this. And at first, I was baffled. I was like, what the hell is this for? And do I need it? And the answer is basically yes. I do need this because it is pedestrian alert speaker. So basically what happens is when you put it in reverse, this is the speaker that goes beep, 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 beep. Tells people that you know, because it's an electric car, you can't hear it. So it's got a little speaker that goes down the bottom here that tells people that it's reversing. But look at the size of that chassis leg. The actual setup and the way it's been made is massive. It's incredible. That hasn't moved. There's no way that's moved, and there's no way that is moved either. I think that they're good. We'll only know that once I get the crash bar and we can put it in position and then just see how it lines up. But we've definitely got to find that part. We've definitely got to find the bracket that goes there. We're going to line that one back up, possibly line that as well. I'm not sure if that's moved at all. We're going to change the hinges as well. I found a set of hinges, so we're going to change those over as well. But yeah, done quite a lot today on this. Lower control arm. I'm actually going to take some numbers off this and go to MG as well. Going to get a new one of them. As long as they're not hundreds and hundreds of pounds, which some of them are stupid price. I'm going to get one from MG. I want to see what the prices are. I'll show you the prices as well. Once I get the list, I'll show you the prices. And actually, once I've taken that lower control arm off, that actual leg looks straight now. Whether or not I can trust it, I don't know. You know me, guys. If it needs changing, it's getting changed. Simple as that. But there's no point of changing things if we don't need to, basically. So I'm still not sure on this one yet. Going to put the lower control arm in, and then we'll see how it lines up. And we'll do all the measurements and stuff like that, and we'll do the gaps around the wheel just to see, and we'll check both sides of the car, and then we'll go from there. But you know, the actual steering rack, that hasn't been moved or dented or anything like that, so that's good. The drop link as well here, that seems to be okay. It's not loose at all, it's solid steel. There's the anti-roll bar that goes, obviously, that to there, goes across there, and then goes all the way down there to the other side. It normally they're fixed to the top of the actual subframe, but they've done it another way this way. But yeah, but I think I've done all right. I think I've done loads today. Got it all stripped down, front end off, and yeah, now I know, you know, now I'm starting to know exactly what we need to replace this. But I want to go to MG, and I'll tell you tomorrow, and I'll show you tomorrow what happens. Need a washer bottle. Washer bottle is absolutely destroyed, but we knew that as well. Yeah, need a lower tray as well. Again, I'm going to go to MG, find out how much one of these is going to be. Hopefully there's some numbers on there, but you know, if I just go over there, have a look at the diagrams, have a look at the pictures, and then tell them exactly what we need, and we'll go from there. I've just got to try and get as much as because it's so new. I don't know if I'm going to get parts, but it's worth trying to get them new at the moment than it is trying to get them second hand. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but the crash bar, it is. We knew it. Look, it's absolutely took a beat in this one. It's crumpled at the bottom, but that it's supposed to do that there. It's got a crumple zone, like you can see it on this side, where it's probably perfect. But that is absolutely just squashed. Look how far that's squashed. It's done its job, basically. That's exactly what it's done. These are crumple zones as well, but it doesn't seem to have as much of a whack. It seems to have hit very low, and then gone up, skimming this and pushing and bending the bonnet. But yeah, but I think, like I said, I think I found one of these crash bars. I'm still messaging the guy. Hopefully I can pick it up tomorrow morning, and then in tomorrow's video, part 2, we can maybe get that on. Get it on, get that water rad pack and all that sort of stuff connected back in place, and just see how far we get. I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, guys, but I don't think they're gonna have these in stock. These are all ordered parts. I might be wrong, but I'll let you know tomorrow. But for now, that's it. That is part 1 done on this MG. We're going to see what's going to happen tomorrow, but possibly, I think it's going to be a nice day all day tomorrow. So it'd be a good idea to get all this interior out tomorrow whilst it's nice and dry. Get the dash out, just start stripping all this out. But yeah, so far so good. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Give the video a thumbs up, guys. But so far so good. You know, I'm going to put the bonnet back on for tonight, and then I'm off to MG. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.